Carlos Santana was reunited with one of his bandmates from the 1960s. He was a percussionist, and he was known as Marcus the Magnificent Malone. They actually lost communication right before Woodstock in 1969. It turned out that Marcus had gotten arrested and imprisoned for manslaughter. And as a result, he wasn't able to be with the band once they kind of blew up. Of course, they blew up later. And he was homeless. He got out of prison and he was living on the streets. And the way that they got reunited is so amazing. So it turns out that there was a local news station, KRON 4 in Oakland, and they were doing a story about illegal dumping in Oakland. And apparently they were speaking to Marcus Malone, and Marcus Malone told them, hey, you know what? I used to be in Carlos Santana's band back in the 1960s. And they're like, there's no way that that's true. Well, it turns out it was true because Carlos Santana contacted the station and wanted to get into touch with him. And once they got into touch, Carlos Santana said, hey, you know what? I'm going to help you out, which I love. So Marcus said the following, you don't know how hard I prayed to get to see you. So that's what he said to Carlos Santana.
Let's pause there for a second. You know, guy's been praying for about 44 years.
Yeah.
And you, like anybody who talked to him in year 37, year 43, like, dude,
it's over.
Easy on the prayer, okay? It hasn't worked for 43 years. On year 44, as luck would have it, he gets reunited with Carlos Santana.
I mean, but
now, I'm not a big believer in prayer, and maybe there was a more efficient way to do that rather than waiting around in the streets of Oakland and praying. But it's a nice story about how that particular dream came true.
I know, it is. It's a very feel-good story. And I love the fact that Carlos Santana wants to do the good thing and help his friend out, you know? So he did say the following, I want to offer him a place to stay in an apartment, get him some clothes, and just get him out of the street. I want to offer my brother Marcus Malone an opportunity to record on the next album with the original band, with Greg Raleigh.
Dude, if he got to record again, how ecstatic would he be? So that's a great story.
But isn't it also, like, not to get into a really sad, depressing part of the story, but isn't it also a perfect example of how our justice system works? Like, okay, so he was convicted of manslaughter. He served time in prison as a result of that. But he was on the up and up. Like, he was in a band that was about to blow up. Things were going for him. And then all of a sudden, he goes to prison. He serves his sentence, right? And when he gets out, there's no system in place to help him transition into society. He ends up on the streets, just like many people that get in prison.
So yeah, I'm of two minds on that. Look, the part of the story that is less feel good is that he went to prison for manslaughter. So that's not like, oh man, they caught, he taking a slice of pizza and then it was a second strike or something. No, like.
Can I be honest with you? So before I did more research to find out what he got arrested for, I immediately assumed it was drugs. Because like I heard Woodstock, they're in a band, I'm like, they got caught with some pot or something like that, and that's the reason why he was arrested. But no, it was manslaughter, so it's a little different.
Yeah, so that's a significant crime, so it's all understandable why his life went in the route that it did. But Anna's right, and it's funny because Republicans who are always like, oh, let's get tough on crime, let's put these guys away, make sure they don't learn anything, it's just punishment, etc. Well, when they go to jail themselves, like Duke Cunningham, former Republican congressman, they always come out, every single one of them comes out, do you know how bad it is in jail? We need to have reform of jails. That's crazy, man. And it turns out people who come out have no opportunity. Of course. Now, as bad as whatever Marcus originally did was, and we don't know the details of the case, Anna's right. He did his time, and when he comes out, you got to at least give the guy a fighting chance. And obviously, he didn't have that. That's why he wound up in the streets. And now Carlos Santana's saying, well, I got your back, brother. I'm going to give you that chance.
I love that he's doing that. Because some people, they get wealthy, they become famous, and they get a complex. Like they're not interested in helping out their friends. And so I love the fact that he did reach out to him, and he is going to try to improve this guy's life.
Yeah.
Go Marcus Malone.
Go Carlos Santana.